Welcome to the Board Game Network. I'm going to be explaining how to play this game called Seven Wonders with the recent announcement of the Origins Award for Seven Wonders Duel being the winner this year, 2016. I haven't done a video for Seven Wonders, the game that Seven Wonders Duel is based on, so I wanted to get that done for you. Here are the cards. Here we got some coins out here, 1s and 3s. You separate these by age, so all the 1s are together, all the 2s, 3s, and then based on the number of players you need to remove cards from the deck. So like 7 plus, this one says 7 plus on it, so this card would only be in here for 7 players. Here's a 3 plus, so it would only be in here for 3 or more players, and so on. So you go through all the cards and remove those that aren't valid for the number of players, and then you go through the third age deck and you're going to pull out all the purple cards, purple on the face. Those are called guild cards. You're going to remove all 10 of them. There's 10, and then you're going to put back in randomly, just mix them around, 2 plus the number of players. So if you got 4 players, you're going to put 6 back in this third age deck, like so. You're going to mix, those up. You are going to take these wonder cards, you're going to mix those around. You're going to deal 1 to each player. They are going to flip those up, and it's going to give the name of one of the wonders, one of these tiles here, and it's going to give you an A or a B face up. These have 2 sides. They've got an A side and a B side. If you're new to playing this, you might want to just stick with the A side. They're a little bit simpler, but you can use the A's and the B's together. So whichever one is face up, card side up, is going to be, so this is Temple of Artemis B. So I'm going to take Temple of Artemis in Ephesus. Here's my Ephesus right here. Ephesus B. It's got the same color and the same picture on that. And so each person is going to get their own. Here's Babylon A. So each person is going to have their own wonder, and these cards that can go away then. You go through 3 ages. This game takes about 30 minutes for 13 years and up. And you go through 3 ages. The first age, second age, third age. You deal 7 cards. So we're going to take and shuffle. We are going to deal 7 cards out to 4, 6, 7, 4, 6, 7, 2, 4, 6, 7, 2, 4, 6, 7. Of course, this isn't going to work right because I didn't go through and pull out all the cards I'm supposed to pull out. Okay, then we're going to select a card from these cards. We're going to take that card and put it face down. And the different ages, you're drafting cards is what you're doing. So you're going to pass these. For the first age, you're going to pass to the left. Second age, you're passing to the right. Third age, you're passing to the left. So they have a card here that references, but then also on this card here in the bottom left corner, it shows you clockwise, counterclockwise, clockwise on the card itself. Okay, so you're going to use one card, you're going to pass the rest to the left. Okay, so you can then build. Once you've selected the card, the next phase is build phase, so phase 2. And you have a limit of 1 of each kind of card. They've got titles on them. You can only put 1 of each titled card. This is called Classwork, so only one of those. This is a gray card. It produces some finished goods here, and the grays and the brown the grays and the browns go diagonal up from my wonder card. Okay, this already produces papyrus here, so, and then glass. So I'm going to have those to be able to build stuff in the future. So somebody else, this person over here is going to like, I don't know what I'm going to do. Play one of these cards, and you probably don't need that right away. So that gives 5 gold, 5 coins there. And they're going to pass. So each of these, you have 3 choices. You can build like I just did. You can discard a card. So once you take, like I'm going to just take this card and I'm going to discard that card. If you discard that card, you get 3 coins. And that card just goes out of the game. So that's a way of getting coins, and usually you want to discard a card that will help one of your neighbors, one of the persons adjacent, next to you, adjacent to you. The third thing you can do is you can build a stage on your wonder, and you have to go from left to right. But what you do is you just take one of the cards, go through and pick one that you are not going to use and you don't want your neighbors to have, and you put it underneath the wonder, starting with the left one. You have to do that one first, and then you've developed that part of the wonder. Now these have costs to them, so you can't just do that right away, and putting out cards have costs to them. But once this has happened, you've gone around, then you go ahead and pass to the left, and then you draft another card, you pass to the left, and you do this 6 times. Remember, you got 7 cards. The 7th card is going to be discarded, so nobody's going to use the 7th one. So you're going to go through this 6 times, this drafting, and then you can be done with age 1. Once you've gone through the age, then you are going to look at your military. Military is your red cards. So here's a red card. Here's military. And if you've built military, what you're going to do is, if you have a higher number of military than both of your neighbors, you are going to get a +1 token. If you have a lower number of military than one of your neighbors, you're going to get a -1. If you are equal to one of your neighbors, you don't get any tokens whatsoever. So that gives you military, and you're just accumulating those for the whole round there, the whole age 1. And once you're done with age 1, then you go into age 2. So let me explain some of these cards to you. This simply gives you coins. Yellow gives you coins. Okay? It's a yellow card. Here's the number of coins you get. Here's the name on it, tavern. So I can't have 2 taverns, obviously, because I said that. Okay, here's brown. And brown's just raw materials. Gray is finished or manufactured materials. That's the only difference. You just put those out. Now you'll notice this player over here already gets brick. And so this is ore, it looks like. He puts those there. He might even have another brick. So that would allow him to produce 2 brick. All of those are free, but you'll notice some of these have a cost. This cost has gold in the upper left-hand corner. So that means it costs you, or one coin to put this one out. So he'd have to pay 1 coin to the treasury. But here's a stone and a brick with a slash in between. That means it can produce one or the other for his turn. It cannot produce both for his turn. Okay, now these resources do not get used up. The brick, any of this stuff doesn't get used up. So he can use it every turn. It's not a problem. This one here costs glass, and this is science. Green is science. Any of the ones that aren't brown or gray will just go up here, and you put them separately on your up here. So you're going to accumulate those. Now you'll notice there's cost in the upper left, but some of these have some information down here, and what that means is there are cards later on that will chain based on these cards. So this is a workshop, but it says laboratory is a green card, and archery range is a red card. And so if you get those cards in a later age, those can come out for free because you've got the workshop out. So this shows you cards that can come out later for free, but the free ones also have a cost up in the corner, so you can pay to bring them out, or you can bring them out free based on the chaining. Again, the red is your combat. The brown and gray provide resources. The yellow is money. And the blue is your victory points. So that's just points at the end of the game that help you win. And the green is science. And science you're going to get points based on these icons here, what kinds of science you have. Okay, so that's the first stage there. And again, you've got costs on your wonders. Like this one costs 2 stone, so I would have to produce 2 stone somehow to be able to put a card underneath this. So 2 stone, I don't produce stone. I would have to buy stone from one of my neighbors or from both of my neighbors to be able to get stone. And stone costs 2 coins per stone. So there's 2 stones there, so it cost me 4, and I'd have to find 2 different people or 2 different icons. This person here can produce stone, so I could buy 1 stone from this person, but I couldn't buy the second one. They only produce 1. That the stone has to be, or the resources I'm buying have to be on brown or gray cards or on the board itself. So right here. So none of the other cards can I buy things from. And then there are some that modify that purchase in here, where instead of it costing 2, it might cost 1. So let me look through here, and you've got more expensive stuff. You've got nicer things in the second age. Here produces a wood or a stone or brick, and things that cost or that are more expensive, obviously, because you're gonna develop more things. So like here, this one costs 2 brick and some textiles. So this guy here could bring, he's already producing 2 brick. He would just have to find textile somehow to purchase it from one of the neighbors, or if he was producing it somewhere. And then again, if you find one of these that you have out, then you can put that one out for free and not pay the cost. And then your guild ones are special, those purple ones that we put in here. If I can find them, I didn't mix them in very good. They're all crammed together. And they do something for you. You notice that that one's very expensive. They have a lot of cost to them. But then this one produces the science icons there. This or that. So they all have some different ability, and you can look at the reference sheet back here that's got the icons on them and simply look that up, and it'll give you a good explanation of each one of these. Just like here's one that's got a 1 on it, and it looks like a pyramid, and it's called the Builders Guild, and that's the Builders Guild card, so it matches it up perfectly, so you know you got it. It says 1 victory point for each wonder stage built in the neighboring cities and in your own city. So it shows the pyramid and 1, so it's 1 victory point, and it's got an arrow to the left, an arrow to the right, and an arrow down, meaning 1 victory point for each wonder developed in both of my neighbors and in my own. So that's going to give me victory points at the end of the game for that. And so you simply need to look through the reference sheet for all of the different guild cards on what they do. And so your end scoring happens like this. You're going to score your military. You got these conflict tokens. You're going to put those conflict tokens out there again. They give you plus. You've got those conflict tokens. They give you plus or minus victory points. You are going to get 1 victory point for every 3 coins you have. That's the treasury. You're going to score your wonders. Your wonders give you victory points, and the victory points there are these wreaths. So this one, if I've developed this one, I've got 2 victory points. This one's 3, this one's 5. And you'll notice they got coins also. And the coins you're going to get immediately when you develop that part of the wonder. You're going to get the coins immediately, but I'm going to get the victory points at the end of the game. And again, these things are referenced here on your reference sheet on exactly what all of these things do on your wonders. Okay, then you go to civilian cards, which are your blue cards, and they simply are adding to your victory points. You've got your commercial cards, which are yellow. Some of those have victory points, such as here. One victory point, or that's 1 coin. Anyway, your yellow ones have some victory point stuff in there. Those are civilian. You've got commercial. Oh, sorry. Civilian's your blue. Commercial is your yellow. Guilds cards are the purple ones that I explained that have some victory point stuff on them. Science are your green ones, and science is interesting. It's got 2 different scoring patterns actually. You sum the square of each icon. So if you have 2 of these gears, 2 squared is 4. If you had 3 of these compass ones, 3 squared is 9. So you'd take 4 plus 9 plus, I mean there's only 3 icons here. If you had 1 of something, 1 squared is 1. And so you total those up, the sum of the square of the number of each icon, and then you add that to 7 times the number of sets you have. So this is a set here. So this set would be 1 set times 7 would be 7 points. So the green ones score 2 different ways. So you can have the squaring going on plus the 7 for each set. So you kind of are going down a column and scoring that, plus going across the row and scoring that. Appendix here. For when you are buying from your neighbors, you actually give the coins to the neighbors. So if you're buying bricks from your neighbor over here, you're going to give them 2 coins for each brick you buy from them. And money that you spend, you can only use money that you have at the beginning of your turn to buy cards. So if somebody buys something from you, that money is not available until the beginning of your next turn. So at the end, you're just totaling up all your victory points and see who is the winner for this game. 7 wonders. And if you want to play 2 players, there's a variant in the rules sheet that adds another page of rules. I'm not going to go through all those rules for 2 players. If you play 2 players very much, I would ask you to consider getting Seven Wonders Duel instead of playing Seven Wonders with the two-player variant. Seven Wonders Duel is designed for 2 players. This one, it doesn't really flow as well as it does with more players. So that is how you play Seven Wonders Duel here at the Board Game Network. Make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel and check out all of our videos here at the Board Game Network.